Hello and welcome to VR Reviews. Today we're reviewing the Disney Infinity Jack Skellington. So yes, I've actually had this for about a year, and the other day I realized that Disney Infinity is free on PC, so I figured I'd give it a try, and that sort of led me into deciding to review this. I'm not going to be talking too much about the game and just looking at the toy itself, but the game is actually surprisingly well made, so it's kind of fun. Anyway, Disney Infinity essentially has little figures, and it's like Skylanders, essentially. And you get to play a game with them, and it's kind of cool. And they are a sort of little, nicely sculpted, stylized, unarticulated figures. Anyway, let's go ahead and zoom in for the detail, sculpt paint, and we'll look at a little bit of gameplay, too. Alright, starting with a quick size comparison. Of course, here we have Jack. Here is our standard Marvel Legends 6-inch Superior Spider-Man and 3 3/4-inch Marvel Universe Wolverine. This is the only Infinity figure I have, but it seems like they are in the 4 to 5 inch kind of scale. I don't know how well Jack compares to other Infinity figures. Theoretically, Jack should be really tall, but this is pretty much the only option of showing you how big they are I have, so take it as you will. Now, let's go ahead and get the other two out of here and just look at Jack. Alright, moving on to our 360 spin, you can see Jack here. He's in sort of a, I don't know what you would even call that pose, but he has one hand down and one on his chest. These are sort of stylized, so they don't really mimic the movie. They have sort of blocky appendages and are a bit more geometric. And it's kind of a cool design. It reflects how the game looks a lot. And it also kind of allowed them to mesh all the characters together in one universe so they would all look vaguely the same. Obviously, his suit is black, white pinstripes. He's got little black joints to his fingers. And he's got solid black shoes. He's got little tails and stuff there. And he's got his big bow tie on the front. All very accurate representations of Jack's basic appearance in a different style. Well, let's go ahead and zoom in on his head sculpt. Zooming in on the head sculpt, it's a pretty accurate representation. He has the little lines carved in there for his teeth mouth, and he's got the nostrils, and his eyes are angled properly. Everything looks pretty good. Overall, the painting on this figure, it's average. Nothing special, but it doesn't look bad. And you can see the detail on the paint a little bit better in this zoom in. Anyway, head sculpt looks pretty good, and I approve of it. Now, Jack has no articulation, as far as I know, none of these Disney Infinity figures do. So let's go ahead and take a look at his base, as that has a little design on it, and then we'll look at some gameplay. Jack's base is sort of a gray wood, and then it has this cool swirly black thing on it, and then, of course, it has the little clear bit there that you put on the Disney Infinity stand thing. I don't actually have one of those because you don't have to use it for the PC version, but I assume that if you were playing it on console, you would need one of those. Anyway, let's move on to that gameplay. Alright, here we are spawning him in. There's a little bit of voice work.
A pleasure to see you, sir. What do you say to some more mischief? Shall we give it a try?
As you can see, the model looks fairly similar to the figure. He can jump around and stuff. His basic attacks are like screaming things, and then he can throw little pumpkin bomb things. Which is kind of cool. Basically, you know, he's just a pretty standard character, I guess. I don't really know much about any of the other characters, but he seems fairly standard. Let's go ahead and move on to the packaging. Packaging-wise, Jack comes in what seems to be the standard for the single-boxed Disney Infinity figures. Picture of Jack here on the back. Jack Skellington, Scaremaster. Got a window here, Disney Infinity on the back. Sort of shows you how to put him on the thing and that he's in game and stuff like that. And shows you a big selection of other characters, which I'm not going to list individually, but you can look at them and see who is all there. The card design on these is actually really nice, so they are good for in-package display, but you of course cannot play with them if you don't open them. So that is a small issue. But yeah, Jack. Alright, that wraps it up for Jack, so until next time, goodbye! Hello, you've just watched one of my videos. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed my videos. If you didn't, run away and never return. Also, feel free to check out my other channels, Venom Raptor for all my variety gaming content, and VR Reviews for reviews of various action figures and collectibles. Thank you, and goodbye.